So when we got off balance, there's a lot of output happening. There's a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of everyone is pulling you from different directions. What you can also do is to intentionally build balance into your rhythm. So when you're going through a more heavy output mood, find ways that to rebalance back to whatever is restoring to you. Hello, my dearest entrepreneur friends. Welcome back to another video, or if you are listening to this one on the Omnichannel podcast, welcome back to the podcast. In this week's video, we're going to talk about glow. What is the glow? So glow is something that is exuding through a person. And the way I like to spot glow is through the eyes of the person. Okay, why do we need the glow? Let's talk about that. So first of all, we need the glow because the glow is signaling to us and the world that we are okay. And then we still have hope and life force within us. And I want to talk a little bit about what causing that glow to fade or to flicker, and also how to restore and replenish the glow. And it's so funny because I'm sitting in a studio right now and I have Christmas decoration all around me. In fact, I'm going to film it for you so we can put it in post-production. Everything is glowing. I think that's the perfect topic to cover today. So this has been my experience as someone who have been supporting visionary business owners who build. There's a lot of output energy. There's a lot of building energy. There's a lot of responsibility for the past 6 years. And I've been next to them as their support in terms of their marketing and their business, and also as a personal support, which I'm not paid to do. But this is something comes with the territory of being someone who is an armchair therapist on good days. But no, it comes to the territory of giving a shit about humans in business as well and their human sides. So what ends up happening is when we go all in business and we really are like, okay, I'm all in, all eggs in basket. But as they are building within the business, what ends up happening is the responsibilities start piling up. So they hire a team and, have to meet their payroll, and then they have their own families. You have to tend to the families and take care of them. They have their own profession and they have their clients that they support and supporting them. So what ends up happening is, first of all, is there is an increase of responsibility of the people that you now are responsible for. You're not just responsible for yourself and you're solopreneuring through life, but then as you're growing and you're expanding help, now you suddenly also become responsible for the people who count on you, right? And the more you go into the business, the deeper you go, the more responsibilities are going to also increase. What ends up happening is that you, as a person, you can't find ways to replenish yourself and to recharge because you are constantly being pulled from every direction to tend to everyone. And at first, you might be able to do that for a bit. You might be able to meet everyone and kind of go to everywhere, but then you find yourself very lonely. And I want to kind of make a distinction between being alone and being lonely. Because when you are alone, it's a different thing. Like you're by yourself, and alone can be replenishing, essentially. I love to be alone and by myself. But when we are lonely, and especially when we're lonely and we are in leadership positions and we are responsible for people, this means that there is essentially no one who can see us as humans, who can meet us in our humanity, and who can be of some sort of replenishing support when it happens. And we get sucked into the routine, the things that we need to do. There isn't enough input that is replenishing to you. So how do we get the glow back? Glow restorative exercises would be to find environments in which you are not in a role of a leader. And this is so funny because I have this improv group that I go to, and I think that's also really good. And that will be my next step. And there is this lady, she's in her 50s, and she is very type A leader type of lady. And we see each other. We're like, you too? Okay. Very, I'm not saying dominant, but a very strong-willed kind of leadership energy. And we sometimes clash. And now we are getting like, we're like, okay, I see you, you see me, we're good. Like we don't have to. It's the funniest thing. So we're on the way for sure. But there was this lady talking in the improv class, like during the break, and she was saying how she goes to salsa dancing. And somehow I made this comment, like, I do enjoy dancing because for once I don't have to lead. And the lady was like, the Type A lady was like, me too. Like, I love that I don't have to lead. I can just be led. And that's so good too. Like, how can I find environments where I'm not required to lead? I can either just be led or I can just be, you know? And the second tip would be is to do things that light you up and or have things around you. First of all, do things that light you up where you can reconnect with your inner child and just play, because play is giving you back that hopeful, childish, glowy energy. If you can play more often, like if you do feel like, okay, this is getting heavy, like find ways to break out of it with play in which you're playing in ways that you are not leading. You're playing in just your humanness. Like that's why I do the improv class that I do right now, guys. It's so fun. I actually enjoyed quite a bit. And the way I know I enjoy it is because my face hurts from smiling so much. Like I can physically feel my face hurting during the class sometimes. Like I'm like, physiological differences. My face hurts. Like this is good. You should keep doing this. And so find spaces where you can just play. It can be with someone, or it can just be a place where you're just you and you as whoever you are when you're not leading, like human, and go there and find that restorativeness. Do more of those. I think that would help you a lot. Another thing that I do, and this is so silly, I have a donkey. Like it's a plush stuffed animal. I bought it in Santorini. It's called Dante. So Dante is my emotional support donkey, but it's the cutest donkey in the world. And through that freaking donkey, I find play all the time. So when I travel, like from Vietnam to Dubai to freaking everywhere, Dante is coming with. Like Dante is living the most lavish donkey life because he gets to be in the most epic places that I go. And it's just a reminder of play. It's a reminder of levity. It's a reminder of don't take yourself too seriously. And it's so funny because now that Dante travels with me, there was this scenario when I just went to the UK to visit my sister and I was very short on space. And I was like putting Dante in bed and like putting the, just pillow, like, okay, Dante, you're nice and comfy. And I'm like, okay, I'll leave Dante. I'll be back in 5 days. It's going to be okay. And as I was, getting ready, I was leaving, I opened my backpack and Dante was there. And my partner was like, you left someone, home. And he was like animating the animal, like, hey, I'm here. Don't leave me. And so it was the cutest freaking thing. But if you somehow forget about the object that makes you smile and feel joy, then, if that's something you can cultivate somehow, like everyone is going to buy themselves. I'm not saying you should buy yourself a plush donkey and name it Dante. It's just somehow like there are just objects that can keep us connected to our levity and lightness. And to me, that's that freaking donkey. It's good to kind of preserve that play glow energy with some of those childish objects. So it's good. Another thing that you can do to kind of restore the glow is to balance yourself a bit better. So when we got off balance, there's a lot of output happening. There's a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of like everyone is pulling you from different directions. What you can also do is to intentionally build balance into your rhythm. So when you are you're going through a more heavy like output mood, find ways that to rebalance back to whatever is restoring to you. And if you're doing things from emotion, you won't sell well either. So it's like, if you ever wonder by the time you made it to this part of the video and you wonder like, why did I watch this video about how to get my glow back? And like, well, because you can sell better if you have a glow. Finding ways to rebalance yourself and just balance the field, like output and input, so that you can restore yourself and not, just constantly give, because that's going to make your glow disappear. Okay, I think that was it for this video. Take care of yourself and trust me that by tending to your glow, by tending to taking care of yourself and your heart, you are able to serve people better because, no one likes to give from an empty cup. And if you giving to everyone around you, but to yourself, at the end of the day, won't be able to give at all. So take care of yourself. Thank you so much for watching, listening to this one, and I'll see you guys very soon.